following program is brought to you by your friends at Podcast One.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
That's really awesome.
Awesome.
That's so
awesome. Oh, awesome. That's
awesome.
with Stephen Bradford. All right, buddy, we have, I was going to say one of our favorites, but is he one of our favorites? No, he is.
Well, it's taken us a long time to get him on the show, that's for sure. Because I'm on the show, I'm off the show.
I'm
Can I
in
speak yet or no?
Canada.
You're not
I'm
supposed
not
to speak yet. You're not supposed to speak yet.
Dominic Zempronia.
I'm glad you said the last name because I still can't say it.
Is it Onya? Is it Onya or Anya?
It's Anya on Saturday night, and it's Onya.
I own ya every other day.
I own ya
You're
every
on-
other day.
If you go to Italy and ask my cousins how they
Zempronia.
say their name, they'll probably say Zempronia.
Right.
Zempronia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go here, they say
Say some
Zemprobnik.
weird-
Well, in
Yeah, what have you
Zamprania.
heard? Well, like, what have you heard? Like, because obviously, as an actor, they probably some guy comes out of the waiting room. Dominic
Oh, shit. Let me tell you
Zaprogna.
this. I went and did an acting class a couple weeks ago because I need one of those bad.
You're a little rusty. I was going to tell you.
Oh, jeez.
On your big episode with Sonny, you guys were really rusty together.
Were we?
No,
Oh,
not at
okay.
all, dude. I'm kidding.
Is that hasn't aired yet, right? Or has it?
No, we just shot it last week.
Oh, okay.
No. The one where Maurice's
Oh,
What
that
If.
one.
You guys had some great scenes.
That was actually pretty fun.
You guys had some great scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That
go
was-
ahead. What were you gonna say?
What was I talking about?
Oh, yeah, acting class.
Yeah.
So, so you have to pretend you were doing an auditions, like you were literally coming into a room. You know.
I love it.
So the
I
girl,
need to do that again.
dude, we all need to do that. Like,
Yeah.
this is nerve wracking, you know, because you're sitting,
Yeah.
you're walking into a room like this with people just lining the walls.
Totally.
There's 12, 13
Oh, you mean in your acting
people
class?
in
Yeah.
in the class,
Well,
right?
it's like a network test, I guess, right? Then
That's kind of what it felt like.
Yeah.
Have you ever auditioned for CSI, the one over in on Paramount at the Paramount Studios? Like you walk into the room and it's literally no shit. The size of the room is this big, and the person's in the corner, and there's executives lining the wall, and
Wow.
you sit in the middle.
Oh, gosh.
where that table is.
It's like theater in the round.
And you don't even know, like,
Or they're going to jump you,
Yeah.
jump you in the gang.
yeah, yeah. So I walk in, and she's got her assistant, you know, pretending to be
Sure.
the person who's assisting, right?
Right.
And she goes, and I have Dominic Zoom here.
What? What?
And I stopped and I look at her. I was like, Zoom? What the fuck are you talking about? She's like, well, I couldn't read your writing. I'm like, oh. So that is.
Well, thank God it wasn't a real audition.
Oh my
I guess-
God,
Dude, you
man.
actually might get the job.
If I had a cooler name
if
like
your
that,
name was Dominic Zoom. Oh,
Tom Zoom.
I'd be like, who's Tom Zoom? I'm going to watch this cat. What other names?
Zambavonia is like one where they add letters to it. It's like, why would you add letters to my name, man?
So, dude, what have you been
But
doing?
then I get Dominique thrown in front
Dominique.
of it.
Oh,
too.
that's
And
charming.
That
That's
makes
cute.
it like, you know.
That's cute.
That's
Yeah.
super charming.
Dominic Zoom.
Dominic Zoom.
Dominic Zoom.
That's
love
a
that.
porn name.
Oh,
Dude, we have so much.
Could
to,
be. Yeah.
I know.
We have so much to talk about with you. It's crazy.
And
And
Okay,
thanks
start.
for coming.
And run a time.
And hey, man, you were a little late today. Thanks for coming. So this guy, we had to get him out of his house. Do you have how many kids now?
Same as you, buddy.
5?
3.
3. Okay,
You
3.
only have 3, right?
Yeah, 3. So I don't know if
man.
we were,
find
I
it
don't know if
difficult
we
to
were
get out of
going
the house,
Amish or
dude.
not. So
No, well,
you're gonna have another one?
No, my buddy just sent me a picture. Him and his wife were out trying to have kids for years, and they finally had a kid.
Aw.
And you have you seen like your wife's face when you show her a picture of a baby? Like men don't have that reaction. Right? Women have.
Oh, it's a baby. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
it's like, oh, it's a cute baby. I'm really happy for my buddy and his
Right,
wife who've been trying
right.
to have a kid for a long time. But her hand goes to her heart and her face. Like
Oh,
she
no,
wells up
you're
with all
screwed.
this stuff, you know?
Oh no.
Yeah, you gotta have like.
Well, you're
you gotta
young.
be ready for that because you know our wives are we're not young anymore.
We're correct.
You know?
Right.
So things change.
Sure.
right?
Sure,
and
yeah.
and they start to feel that every time
Yeah.
they see that, and that's
Well,
a real thing. You gotta
Because it's pure.
hash that out.
Yeah,
man.
it's called celibacy.
Yeah.
That's one way to cure it right away.
10 years into marriage.
Yeah. You're
Baby.
done. You're cut
Don't
off,
even
baby.
talk.
No more babies.
Celibacy or like sterility?
Well, what do you have? We don't know if the freaking Jackal Jr. is working anymore.
Wait, so your youngest is how old now?
The Jackal Jr.
Yeah, it never ends,
The
dude.
Jackhammer.
That-
That is not true at all. Stop it. Fastest guy in the West.
Oh, man.
Fastest guy in the West. Jackal Jr. Coming to a theater near you.
Jackal Jr. and Dom Zoom Zoom. It's like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, but different.
But a
That's the
lot.
name for it. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Let's do this.
But a lot different. So how old are the girls now?
3, 6, and 8.
Wow.
Wow, so your
man.
youngest is 3.
So
That's
you
right.
love pain.
That's right.
And my 3-year-old's crazy.
Dude,
3-year-olds are crazy, man.
out of control.
I don't know what people said 2s were bad. I've never had a bad 2-year-old.
I
It's
feel like
all the threes,
like
man.
girls,
Correct. 3 and 4.
especially
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
just wait.
It doesn't. The 4 is the same. It
Yeah.
doesn't end at 3.
I don't know. I from what I've been told, boys at 2 are tough because they can't communicate yet, but girls learn to talk faster generally.
Yeah,
so 'cause
girls
a lot
are
of,
smarter.
Yeah, a lot of the 2-year-old problems is I can't tell you what I want, so I'm going to throw a tantrum about it. But our 2-year-olds could tell us what they want. And they were girls. So and you have all girls. So maybe you just haven't maybe boys are terrible at 2. And also they run around and break stuff and hurt themselves.
Boys?
Yeah.
Oh, my son.
Yeah.
We were this close to having him wear a helmet 24 hours a day.
Absolutely.
Because that dude hit his head so many times.
Man, my middle kid too.
Gosh, dang, everywhere. Face, head, boom,
Was
cuts.
it like hospital trips or was
Yes.
it all? Yeah, same here. That's freaky too. Right?
I know.
Oh man.
We were close. We ordered the helmet. Don't laugh, Dominic. Zoom, zoom. We ordered the helmet on Amazon. We got it, and we saw it. I go, I can't do it to my
actually
kid.
ordered a helmet.
We did, because he was hitting his
What kind of helmet? Like a bike helmet?
No, it wasn't a bike helmet. It was actually, it looked more
Like a soft, like a boxing helmet?
No, like it looked more like the old NFL helmets.
Oh, so like a hard helmet.
It wasn't
Or
hard.
no?
No, the old,
Like
like
the
the
pa- the
leather
padded
ones.
one. Yeah,
like
okay.
the padded ones. Yeah.
Not like
So-
the head shaped one that people get for their kids when they don't want their kid to have a misshapen head.
Oh,
No,
like
it
the
wasn't
the
close. That's
anti-cone
the
head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like
no.
those are baby helmets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're the shape of
Because
baby's
my
head.
kid had a freaking cone head.
Yeah.
Did you get
My
one of those
first
things
one.
for your kid?
No, we did not. No,
And his
but
head
it was
turned out
weird
fine,
because it was such a hard delivery for Cherie.
Yeah.
I mean, they used the freaking suction and the force, and this kid's head was like
Well,
it looked
'cause-
like a
yeah.
Dr. Seuss. Seuss. I go. The first thing I said, I go, is that going to go back?
Oh man,
Because that is a freaking cone head.
it's a lot of head.
And then they try to put the little sock on it. And it goes, I'm like, what are you doing? It's my kid, man. All right, let's talk business.
So you're Canadian, if anybody didn't know, right?
yeah,
Yeah, it's from Hamilton,
I'm from Hamilton, Ontario.
right? And you're from like a performing arts family, the Flying Zampronias, right? You
That's
guys
right.
were just,
The
like trapeze
trapezes.
family.
Yeah.
You were not.
No, we weren't.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute.
No, but I was
But they
like,
were a performing arts family.
yeah, like I did no choice in the matter. Like it's not like I was going to be a scientist or a mathematician or an intelligent person at all. you
Right.
know?
Well, you are intelligent, though.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, at certain things. Yeah.
Hey, he's making some money in crypto. That's all I know.
Oh, right.
So you got to be pretty smart to do that.
No,
or
there's a
damn
lot of
lucky.
dumb luck,
Or
man.
damn
dumb
lucky.
luck.
So so from the beginning, you were as soon as you could talk, you were singing and dancing, kind of thing.
No, I was forced into like ballet, tap, and jazz.
It's great, dude.
Which you know what, man? Like it's tough doing ballet as a kid, you know. But you
terms-
recruit your buddies and you get them to take classes with you, and you don't feel like such a loser. But
Right.
and then you just lost some sound wall there.
Oh, yeah.
Studio.
Well,
is that gonna ruin
it's
it?
high tech. It's a high tech studio, dude.
Surprised you
Can't
don't have
tell?
egg curtains on the walls.
Can't you tell? It's a high tech studio. Look. Yeah, sweet. Double stick.
But yeah, it was. I grew up in a house that my parents had dance classes going on downstairs the whole time. As I was a
The
kid.
studio used to be in your house.
Yeah, it still is.
It
technically
still is,
in the
yeah.
house that
Wow.
I grew up in. My dad still lives in that house, and there's still a dance school downstairs
Yeah.
that my sisters run. And then they've opened up another
That's
one.
kind of cool, though.
It is kind of neat,
That's
man.
kind of cool that the family business has been around and handed down.
Yeah,
That's kinda
for
cool.
since the 70s, you know.
So how did your
awesome.
parents get into it?
They met. My dad was born in Hamilton. They met in England, in London's West End. That she was doing she was doing cabaret or something like that, and my dad was doing West Side Story.
Nice.
Did they?
Yeah.
I wonder if they ever ran into like Finola when she was doing Cats or something.
When was she?
Probably in the 80s, I guess. Maybe so.
They were already back in
They're already
Canada
back.
by then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they met doing over there, and then my dad worked on Fiddler on the Roof. I always think that's really cool. You guys ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, he worked in the movie.
You look at me like a blank stare, so you obviously have not seen
That's
Fiddler
my
on the Roof.
Jason look.
You've heard of Fiddler on the Roof,
Of
haven't
course,
you?
I've heard of it.
He was in the. He worked on the movie.
Yeah, he was in the movie. Like,
Was
you know,
Zero?
What?
It was Zero Mostel, wasn't it?
That was Topol, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Who I don't know who either of those guys are.
But you're right.
But I'm right.
Yes.
Yeah. But there's a wedding scene in that movie. And
Yeah.
there's 4 guys who put bottles on their heads, these long-haired, bearded dudes. And they put bottles on their heads, and they do this weird kind of bottle dance. And my dad's like the second guy from the left in that.
Wow.
Yeah, and then he worked with Sophia Loren in Man of La Mancha with Peter O'Toole.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where did he shoot?
That was
all
in
this?
Spain,
Wow.
So where was he booking that stuff out of? New York?
out of England, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe
wow.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's
so
so
cool.
cool, dude.
That's awesome.
That's kind of neat, right?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Kind of. That's like Hollywood history. It's awesome.
Yeah, and then they moved to Hamilton.
And then his career was over.
Yeah, exactly.
because that's where he was from.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
is
okay.
funny. I guess, like, do we all have plans on moving back to 5 minutes from our parents' house? I don't know. Not me. But.
No.
That's. I mean, so he was when they were ready to have a family. They were like, all right, we're transitioning our careers, or was it like? Just, hey, that part of our life's probably done, so let's do this?
Yeah, I never really asked. I know my dad was kind of done with the business. He was.
Yeah.
My mom was a ballerina, essentially. So
Right. So
she
there is
was
a
dancer.
time. There's a time limit to that, though. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they wanted to have kids, I guess. So
Yeah.
I guess, regardless of what you guys think about Canada, it is a
You're so dumb.
it is a good it's a
You're so
if you want to
dumb.
raise a family and
It's
all that
a-
kind of stuff, it's a
Canada's
good place to
awesome,
be, and your medical expenses
We
are
love.
nil.
We
you know?
love Canada.
Right.
We love it. Like
Yeah,
I love Canada.
No, I just know there's like
They're
a,
nil. You might be on a 10-year wait list.
That's right.
But they're,
Yeah,
but
like,
they're
don't
nil.
break anything.
Don't break
Don't get
anything.
sick.
Don't have any emergent situations.
Yeah.
No urgent care. Do not go to urgent care
I mean,
or you'll be dead.
it's a good thing you know you're gonna have a baby in 9 months. So you can tell
can
them,
schedule
I'm gonna
it.
be here in 9 months.
I
They put
actually
on the
love
wait
Canada,
list.
dude. I love it.
So
Do you guys feel like I wear stretchy jeans now because I'm old?
No, it's just what's in, dude. That's how they make the jeans now.
It's not what's in, but these aren't stretchy, and it's like they're
so
uncomfortable.
today's a non-stretchy day, so you
So
feel a
no,
little
I'm
out
trying.
of
Well, I'm
sorts.
trying to be a little. I'm trying to just be like a little cooler.
Well, it's working. Whatever you're doing, it's working.
Yeah, right?
Look at that.
Yeah.
He's got the sweater on.
I mean, he's really making himself comfortable here.
Apparently. It's like, stupid idiot.
What TV shows you guys watching?
I just started watching The Bodyguard.
Oh, that's
It's
pretty
awesome,
good,
dude.
actually.
Netflix. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone was like, "Oh, you should see it. It's interesting."
It's not that good.
It's not that.
Well, I mean, it's not
good.
It's not changing your life good, but it's entertaining.
It is, but usually when people say, like Bloodline, they say you got to watch this. You can't stop watching it.
I did.
You're such an idiot.
No, it didn't do it for me. I don't
Didn't
know.
do it at all.
Not at all. I just, part of my
Wasn't
problem
your
is
thing.
if I start watching something past 8:30 at night, I'm done.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
Unless it's like some cool 80s action movie that I can stay
baby.
awake
It's
for.
mindless too, and you just watch it.
Totally.
Yeah, you don't have to follow.
No.
It's very difficult because everyone has accents in this thing, Irish and English, and they're talking fast. I can't even. Sure, he's
You
like,
gotta
what
put
they say?
You got to put subtitles on.
Totally.
That helps with everything.
Now I'm 80.
Yeah, I do it all. Yeah,
Now,
totally.
now you're 80,
Dude, my wife, we sat down. We're watching the new season of True Detective.
Is it great?
It's not great because the first season was great.
They all moved slow for me.
They do move slow.
Yeah.
But it's more. It's closer to the first season than the last season. I did not
I haven't watched.
think
the
was
last
that
one,
great.
Yeah.
But this one is definitely more in the same realm as the first. But we turn on the subtitles. Like we sat down last night,
Yeah.
we put the kids to bed. She's like, "Put on the subtitles."
Ooh, yeah, baby, do it.
Yeah.
Put 'em on.
That's what it's come to.
What time do your kids go to bed?
Oh, man, right
geez.
now it's like 9 p.m.
That's
Too
tough.
late.
That's
They
tough.
sit in bed for an hour and a half, dude. I lose my mind.
What are they
Dude.
reading books? Or are they just like wasting time, or what?
What? Oh,
I can't even
gosh.
get them into the bed half
Oh,
the time.
sure,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
And now it's a gang.
yeah.
Now you got to corral them.
Yeah, whoever said like
Have them really quickly in a row. It's a lot easier.
Not that. Oh, once you have two, it doesn't matter how many more you have.
bull
Bullshit,
crap,
man.
I know.
3 kids is like
It's-
you just feel like
You
a
have to get a
beaten
bigger.
man.
You have to get a bigger car,
Yeah,
a bigger house,
yeah. Yeah, like
everything changes.
Yeah, like we have to find another bedroom.
Totally.
Man.
Somewhere.
Oh, that's right. Do you guys have a 3-bedroom house or
3-bedroom house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
now
know.
you need a 4-bedroom.
Yeah, we don't need it yet because they're
You don't
sharing
need
a room,
it.
like they're
Right.
happy kind of
Right.
sort of thing.
But like what we found is, our girls were sharing a room for a bit, but then one gets sick, and then the other one is kept up all night by the other one coughing, or like if you're trying to protect each one's sleep, it's really hard when they're sharing a room.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
And I mean, but it teaches them how to share and stuff and all that stuff. But man, it is like we went to a dance competition this weekend in San Francisco, and we had to share a hotel
Were you
room.
dancing?
No, I wanted
They're
to so
starting-
bad.
they're starting the Village People again.
Oh, my
the
God.
music
It's
starts,
crazy.
and I just want to get out there. But
You're like the Von Trapp family.
absolutely, dude. Finola, the youngest, has had a little bit of a cold, but when she lies down, she just can't stop coughing.
Yeah.
And she's asleep the whole time, but she's coughing every 15, 20 minutes. So me, my wife, and poor Juna, who actually has to dance, are like jarred awake every 20 minutes all night long. And we couldn't wait to get home and into our separate bedrooms again, so she can cough all night if she wants to, but doesn't wake the rest of us up.
I know. Last night we were watching it, and my 4-year-old, there's no putting her to bed. The first two were amazing. In bed, 8 o'clock, we had a life.
Yeah.
This one is a wild banshee. Excuses every coming down. Oh, I'm thirsty. I'm hungry. I forgot to take my vitamins. Like, whatever she says, she goes down at 9:30. I'm like, what is she doing? Get her in bed.
My 3-year-old brings me she'll bring me a tablet. Dad, Mommy said I can watch a show.
No, she didn't. Mommy's right here. She knew it was upstairs.
Yeah, she did. Well, then go get her to turn on for you. No, Daddy, can you put it on for me?
Yeah, totally. It's just crazy, man.
So they don't go to bed late, and then they're up early regardless. It doesn't matter what time they go to bed.
But then you don't have TV time with what?
No, well, that's the problem. So
Right.
they're in bed. You're trying to get them in bed by you're trying to get them dressed for bed by 7 o'clock, 7:15, so that they can be in bed by 8, so that they're asleep by 9. So that's a 2-hour
That's
going
that's
to
a
bed
big window.
process.
Yeah, it's a big process.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be like that. Obviously.
No, it shouldn't.
That's not.
We had it
It
made.
just is. It's
we
kind of
had it
fallen
made.
into this
We
thing.
had it made with our first two. Perfect discipline, not like just military timing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And then they finally get to a point where they go to bed by themselves. They could pack a bag by themselves.
Yeah.
They could do everything by themselves. And we were like, let's go to Europe.
That's when you can travel.
That's when you can travel.
We're doing that next month, man.
Oh,
We're going to
gosh.
Europe for 3 weeks.
You're going to Europe for 3
Whoa.
weeks with all of them?
Yeah, with everybody.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man.
Bless your heart.
Man, you better bring some pills and
I don't know.
alcohol.
I'm scared.
Now, are
I'm
you
scared of the flight, to tell you
is-
the truth.
Now, is it just like, hey, this is family vacation time, we got to go, or is there like an event happening over there that you're going for?
No, we just talked about going for years, and then
Yeah.
I finally just sat there and I booked tickets and told Linda when she came home, like, oh, so I booked it.
Nice.
Yeah. We're going to meet friends over there in Tuscany and stay at like this
Airbnb kind of place?
300-acre like
Awesome.
olive orchard. Nice. And then we're going to meet up with my sister in the south of France, and then we're
that's
going to
cool,
go to
dude.
Paris, and then
That'll
we're going
be
to go
fun.
to England and see my mom's family and stuff like that, and then we're going to
Wow,
fly home.
man. That sounds amazing.
That'll be fun. They won't remember us.
Your
then.
3-year-old,
remember
your
that.
3-year-old's
They
going
won't-
to cherish those memories forever.
Dude, that's why I'm like, why am I paying all this money to go to Maui when they don't even remember it?
Dude, you could take
Have you
them.
ever flown without your wife and your kids? Like just with your kids, rather? Without your wife, though?
Once.
How did that go?
Well, I didn't have the little one.
Oh, you didn't have the
I
little
had
one.
I had Jack and McKenna.
Oh,
so-
that's nothing.
Oh, it was
That's
amazing.
fine.
It
Yeah,
was
they
the
did.
best.
They're-
We were
they're like
having
your
a party.
buddies. They're
We
your
were having a
buddies.
party at the bulkhead.
Yeah.
It's like
They're mixing drinks for you.
totally.
Have
was
you-
great.
Have you? Is it?
I flew back from Toronto a year ago with my 2 youngest, so it was she's going to be 4 in May, so a year ago she was not even 3.
Yeah. How'd that go?
I was sweating
Oh, dude.
from the hour 1 to hour 5. I was just like, my middle one was actually great. She chilled out until the end of the flight. The minute the plane started to make the descent, she's like, "Daddy, I got to go pee," and there was this like massive like I don't know, with kids, like you don't have any idea why all of a sudden like the lights turn on about having to go to the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
But it does. I mean, it's obvious that signal doesn't hit the way it hits us.
But seatbelt signs on, you're descending.
Yeah, so there's nothing you could do.
Right.
And then the whole time, this one's just like freaking out from screaming at the top of her lungs, calling for, and you just see people looking at you. I'm like,
Yeah,
like
no.
you don't want to like give a shit what other people think about your screaming kid, but you kind of You kind of
Yeah,
do.
well, of course, yeah.
Yeah, you do.
You can't help it, but at the same time, it's like, come on, what do you?
What do you want? What do you spend?
No,
your
they're
day
What am I going to do?
Hey,
You know?
get control of your kid, buddy.
Yeah, I know, but you can't.
Right.
I know she can't.
I can't. There's nothing I can do.
Well, the ones that I feel really bad for are like when it's a 1-year-old, or because like once our kids could pay attention to TV, then flights were fine because they just watch TV the whole time. But when you have a 12-month-old or a 16-month-old that don't have that attention span, they won't watch a show yet. They wanna walk.
Yeah.
They want to crawl on you. They want to be on your lap. They want to be off your lap. They just want to move. They don't understand that they have to stay in their seat. And those are the ones that I really feel bad for because you can't reason with them either.
No.
You know? And so but yeah, if there's a 5-year-old being just like a little jerky little kid on a plane, then I do judge the parents. Absolutely.
Because this is your fault. This is your fault.
The problem is
you created this.
Brooklyn, she doesn't like to sit down and watch a movie.
Yeah.
Like she wants to be outside or she
is
wants
this your oldest?
youngest.
This is your youngest.
Yeah, she doesn't I cannot put her in front of the iPad until nighttime, so that's how she'll go to sleep.
Right.
But during the day, she does not like watching cartoons that much.
Interesting.
Like the other kids, Jack was just like, later. Yeah, good, Jack.
Yeah.
Watch that for another 8 hours.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway.
Yeah.
Enough about kids.
Enough about kids.
I know.
Man.
So
but that's the problem. They rule our life.
Well,
They rule. Last night I was like, who said it was a good idea to have kids?
I don't know.
No one joking, of course, but
Right.
I'm like, sometimes you don't even get 1 second to just, hey, honey, hi, ma. I mean,
Well, look, we weren't even talking about kids. We were talking about what shows we watch, and it goes back to the kids because you realize you can't watch a show until they're gone to bed.
Right.
By which time you fall asleep.
11:30. We went to bed, and that's too late.
Yeah.
Because they get up early.
Yeah,
no
that's the
matter
thing is, I reason would say the later, kids go to bed, they should sleep the same amount. And so, if they normally go to bed at 7 and wake up at 7, they go to bed at 9 on a special night, maybe they'll sleep until 9.
No, midnight's still 7.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
5:45.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And
Well, now guess what we have in our bed? We have me and Linda. We have the 3-year-old. We have a 100-pound Rhodesian Ridgeback, and we have a 15-pound 16-year-old like lump of a dog that barely made it through a coyote attack.
You are in tight quarters over there.
Oh, dude, you can't even move. You can't move.
I know, and that doesn't help, by the way.
Which part?
The stress of the situation.
Oh no, because you're not sleeping.
Well, because you're just like, I don't even know where I gotta go. I gotta go to the bar.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I gotta leave the house. I gotta get out of here. Escape
I
from
should get
Alcatraz.
wise to the fact that there's empty beds. Like now I know there's empty beds. I'll go sleep in one of those.
Oh yeah, I've done that before.
I should do that more.
yeah,
I do that. I like it.
But we were watching Dateline the other night. We stayed up till 1 a.m.
it's a terrible idea watching
No, it was
Dateline
great.
before
It was
you go to bed.
No, but it was some.
You love those shows, don't you?
I love those shows, man. It's
Do you
like
just
an
love 'em?
addiction. Yeah.
Because Dateline is Dateline all crime stuff?
It's this one
mostly.
Yeah. It was some like he said like this. It was a terrible story, obviously,
Yeah.
but like the guy, the father was denying that he did it, and that he was blaming it on this ex-con. And it was like a 2-hour episode. I'm like, they never do 2-hour episodes.
Wow.
Man.
That's a good one if it's 2 hours.
Yeah, we stayed up till
Cherie
1 a.m.
loves that stuff. I can't watch it before bed.
Why?
Just because it's murder and just death and
Yeah.
Put the alarm on and go sleep in the kids' room.
pound a fifth, go to bed. You won't remember Dateline.
Comatose.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after
let's get to the business part here.
after growing up dancing and stuff, what sent you to
Jazz hands.
What sent you to think, oh, you know what, I could maybe do this for a living? Like, where did that transition between, or were your parents always like, you're going to be an actor for?
No. They didn't make me make a choice about being an actor. They kind of. I know there was a moment in high school where I'd already done some acting. My sister was on a series up in Canada called Road to Avonlea. It was like a Disney show. It's like an Anna Green Gables type thing.
Yeah.
And we'd have to like drag the dining table into the living room every Sunday night and watch the show while we ate dinner. Like, this sucks.
TV dinners?
Yeah.
Oh, nice, dude. Like a little Stofers. Do you guys have Stofers?
No. My parents would always cook.
Oh, they
would
would,
have
okay.
like
No, you'd have to watch it for dinner time. His
Yeah, we'd have to
sister's
watch
show.
her show.
No, I understand. I just wasn't sure if it was TV dinners.
No.
Oh.
We never.
That just made it more of like a time period. Like that was the 80s for like when we watched TV and ate.
Did
we
you
had
have
we had TV dinners?
You had those kinds of things?
Oh yeah, dude, the plastic tray and
You
you
did?
get the little cherry pie in one plastic.
Oh,
Damn,
gosh.
I've never eaten one of those in my life.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude, they were
you're-
so
That's
good.
probably why you're pretty healthy.
Are you an only child?
No, I had a sister.
You had?
No, I have a sister.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
Dude, that's what happened
In the 80s, that
in
was
the
like-
80s,
that was-
man.
Did you eat those things?
Yeah, Swanson's.
Swanson, Stouffer's, Hungry Man.
Hungry Man. Yeah.
Crazy. Chef Boyardee.
Chicken pot pie.
Well, Chef Boyardee is just like a can of...
That's ravioli.
Right.
Can of ravioli.
Do you remember Cordon Swiss? They were like Costco bought
the
frozen.
Dude, I found them at Whole Foods.
Did you really?
Barber Foods.
Yeah.
They're the little chicken cutlet with a cordon bleu inside
With
with
melted
that little
ham and cheeses.
Yeah, dude, I found it.
Oh my god,
dude, I flipped
Look how
out.
excited he is.
dude, they're amazing.
I flipped out because you know why?
They're
I found
amazing.
it at Whole Foods and I'm like, I didn't know they were healthy.
Now they're healthy. Yeah, exactly. You got to stamp the
They
Whole
had the
Foods
chicken,
stamp of
they had the
approval.
chicken Kiev ones too with the butter, urban butter and
that's
sauce.
great too,
right,
man.
dude? I bought them for my kids because I was like, hey, one thing from my childhood
It's a
that I
slice of
ate-
my life right here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is a sad day, gentlemen.
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe
This is
it
a
that I
sad
found.
day.
Don't be
that-
jealous you never had it before. You can go to Whole Foods and buy it too,
Dude,
man.
you eat stuff out of Whole Foods. Next time we're on the road and you're like, oh, look, Whole Foods, I'll get you a little
Are you
microwavable
anti-Whole
chicken
Foods
Kiev.
or something like that?
Not at all.
No, he
That's-
loves
That's where we eat on the road.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
It's the only
Yeah.
place you
Kinda-
can get anything good.
That's right.
So
That
you-
and Cracker Barrel.
If you want your head to be the size of a buffalo the next day,
The sodium. Oh,
go to
man.
Cracker
I
Barrel.
used to love Cracker Barrel.
Oh, dude, I used to crush chicken
Except they
fried
don't-
steak.
Except they don't have a
Bacon?
You can't get a beer at Cracker Barrel.
Well,
Yeah, it's an imbalanced meal.
Yeah.
and
You
then
get shepherd's pie though, which is kind of
It's
crazy.
amazing, and then you leave and you're getting about a pound of candy on the way out.
I know.
So they're just trying to kill
That's
you.
why they sell chairs because you got to get
gotta-
reinforced furniture when you leave.
You got to sit there and relax. You got to sit there and relax. You got to. That's how you digest, bro.
That's
you
how you
sit in the
digest?
rocking chair.
Yeah,
and
that's
you
how you
play
digest?
you play checkers.
Oh, I see. You're
Right for about a half hour.
Right. You got to work off your meal.
100%.
Yeah.
This
Working it off playing
just
checkers.
5 calories every 3 hours. This
Yeah.
is what this
King me.
birds.
I'm going back for more.
King me. Free meal. Oh man.
So you saw your sister succeeding and you were like, oh, I need some of that. I'm jealous or what?
I want you guys to have your Swanson while you're watching me act. No, I don't even know how it started. She had an agent. When I turned 11. So my dad had a theater school. Him
Okay.
and my mom started like this summer theater school where once you turn 5, 6, 7 years old, you could join the junior school and you do acting classes and dance
Wow, that's
classes and all
pretty
that kind
cool.
of
Yeah,
shit.
that's great.
And then if you're 15 and up, you did a senior school version of that where you did 3-4 weeks of classes and then you put on a musical.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
And my mom would do all the costumes, my dad would direct and choreograph the whole thing.
Gosh.
So every summer I would go and do that. And then so I kind of knew by the time I was 10, 11, I was like, yeah, it's fun to do. And my dad said, well, do you want to go meet your sister's agent in Toronto?
yeah,
So I
yeah.
met the agent and they signed me and I started doing auditions. And I booked, like my second audition was that FX2 movie I did with Brian Brown and
Oh yeah, I remember that
Brian
movie.
Dennehy.
Yeah.
But
Well, Hamilton is how close to Toronto?
40 minutes away.
Right.
Oh,
so
it's not bad.
and there's so much work out of Toronto. I mean, that's if you're in,
Well, that's where you have to go.
That's where
if
you
you
have
want
to go.
If you want
So
to do anything other than stage,
it's so
you got to go there.
it's just there, right? Yeah.
Even stage, too, you got to go to Toronto if you want to do
Yeah.
professional stage.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, I didn't really take it seriously until I turned 18 when I had to make a decision about dropping out of school.
Yeah. Well, not dropping out. Just
I
not
did drop
going.
out. No, I did drop out. I started,
Out
I
of
did
high school?
No, college.
Oh,
I
yeah,
graduated
yeah.
high school.
Yeah, yeah.
So you
that's-
started college, but then quickly stopped.
I dropped out after 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
You were
I-
like, no,
Were
no
you
thanks.
were you doing?
Yeah, it's just-
were you studying
I don't like
theater?
being told what to do, which is weird because you're an
You
actor.
still
you get
don't.
told what to do all the time.
Yeah.
You know? But,
Were you studying theater though?
well, I went to a school that allowed me to pursue professional work while I was a student.
Okay.
A lot of these
In
schools
Toronto or where?
in Toronto, University of Toronto. A lot of these schools in Toronto don't like the colleges that would harness your acting ability. And
Right. They want you there for 4 years.
Exactly.
Because they don't want you to. It's
kind of weird.
They want to put their mark on you before
Yeah.
you go out and
well, they
and
want
try and,
they want your money is what they.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Right.
But they don't want your training to be corrupted by.
Right.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to go to one of those schools
Right. I get it.
because I didn't really see that was like a benefit for someone who's going to do TV and film anyway.
Well, it depends. Also, it depends on what your type is. Like when I at theater school, I went to school with some kids that just didn't look their age, right? And so like you're 19, but no one's gonna hire you to play a 19-year-old because you're either super charactery or like their working years were gonna come later. But then there's some kids that are right in that zone to play high school and college kids. Like you know, and this was for theater. Like no one's gonna play. There are certain guys that weren't gonna play their age on stage, right?
Right.
Maybe because we weren't training for television at musical theater school. But then, I had friends, like I was in college with Kristen Bell, and she, sophomore year, she, started working on Broadway.
Yeah.
And NYU allowed kids to go do that. You had to kind of negotiate it a bit. But so NYU was one of those schools where you could, but that's the thing is once you leave, even if you have a plan to come back,
you don't really want to come
If
back.
you start working, it's hard.
It's also boring. Like if you go into the wrong program, like I was kind of in the wrong program.
Yeah.
I couldn't care less about half the shit I was learning. Like I took an astronomy course just to fill up the slate, like
right.
Like I'm learning about the stars right now. Like I don't care about that.
I don't care.
Well, I can do that on my own time.
Now it'd be more interesting.
Yeah,
but back then you don't care.
It's all more interesting when you discover it on your own. Like I was learning about Sophocles. Like I didn't want to read Sophocles when I was there, but when I quit, I started checking it out.
Yeah. But when you're an adult, it's nice to know how to say Sophocles. So
it is
good that you learned it then.
Yeah, I don't remember any of it now. But.
Right. Yeah. So
imagine how they messed up his name.
I know.
Sophocles? Is there a Sophocles here?
Doing attendance?
Yeah. Mr. Sophocles?
Mr. Safufu?
Safuzub? Oh, man.
So you left school and then
then I booked no, I left school. I came down here. My sister was doing a movie down here.
Okay.
And so I came down while she was shooting.
Down here being L.A.
Being L.A.
Yeah.
I was 18. I met her manager.
Okay.
She signed me.
So, dude, you're on your sister's back the whole way.
I kind of was. I kind of was, man.
That's great. I hope she's reaping the benefits right now.
She's doing pretty good, man. She's not good. Really. She made the decision to go to school and leave the business.
Yeah.
Because she had been on that show for a lot of years.
Yeah.
And was kind of like just that.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know? We don't understand what that's like.
Right.
So she went to school and then came out, and that's when she booked that movie.
Yeah.
And then kind of decided she wanted to be like in the family.
Oh, your sister's Daphne Zuniga.
What?
Zemprognia Zuniga.
So dumb.
Daphne Zuniga.
One person listening to this
knows who that is.
Got that.
No,
she's the chick from the
Spaceballs.
The Welsh. Huh?
She's the girl from Spaceballs.
She was 80s.
Yeah,
big 80s.
she just says the last name with a Z, so I
right.
was another confusing your name joke is what it was.
No, I was thinking of the maid from Frasier, but that's not her at all.
No. Not even close.
I know who you're talking about.
All right. Anyway, sorry.
So you were down here at 18 years old.
I was down here at 18.
Wow.
I got off the plane. So I came down and stayed with her for a little bit, right? I got off the plane, went to her managers, met her manager. I said, I got to leave. I got to go back and drop out of school.
Can't do that.
And I'll be back in 2
Can't do that over the
weeks.
phone?
No, I had to move out of my residence.
Okay.
So I went back. I moved out. I dropped out. I came back down. I got off the plane. I drove straight to William Morris. Had a meeting with William Morris. Got signed by William Morris.
No.
What?
Oh, yeah. The minute...
That's amazing. Do people work their whole lives to get with William Morris?
It was crazy. I walked into their office.
Did you have
and there
that
was
spiky
10
hair at that
agents in the room waiting for me to walk in. And I signed on for that pilot season and I tested for a couple things, and it was cool. It was weird, man. It was like
you were like thrown
did you
right
know?
into the
Did you
game.
Did you have a sense of what was happening, like in terms of like? At 18, you're like, it's a meeting, or like, oh my god, I'm going into William Morris. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, or was it like,
No, I don't think I really knew.
Right.
Like, I knew William Morris was a good agency.
You didn't have any perspperspective on it though at that point, right?
No.
Sure.
I mean, I walked in and he's like, okay, I'm going to bring everyone else in the room. Like, what do you mean? Who's everyone else? And then everyone came in the room like, oh hey, and they were like, oh yeah, he's great. Well, I got this project, and they started throwing out projects that they were going to. I was like, this is kind of cool.
Right.
And then
Did you just meet them, and did you have to audition?
Did you?
No, I just walked in and met Jonathan Howard, who was with William Morris at the time, and he said, almost on the spot, like, this is happening, and I'm bringing everyone in to meet you right now.
Wow.
And from there, we hit the ground running. And that was back in the day where, like, you'd do, like, 3-4 auditions in a day.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You just drive
You'd have your whole
audition all over
wardrobe in
town.
your car.
Yeah, you have, like, the Thomas Guide and just...
Totally.
Man.
Right. No,
different
no
world.
Google on your phone, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And then
I didn't book anything, so I moved back. And
you moved back to Canada?
Well, I had to go back. I didn't have a green card. I didn't have a visa. I didn't have anything.
Oh, sure. You need to book work before you can stay.
You gotta get something, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I moved back, and then I booked a series in Vancouver, and that's how I moved to Vancouver.
Right, and that was like the
Edgemont.
I knew.
So is that a different agent up there in Toronto?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But you booked that in Toronto, that shot in Vancouver?
I taped it. I did a self-tape and then sent it to Vancouver
self-tape
and
in
booked it.
1999?
Sorry, it wasn't a self-tape. I think they actually had a casting office do a tape.
Yeah,
and sent the
put
tape.
you on tape. Yeah.
So that was 2001, 2002?
99?
99. Oh, I was
99,
right.
2000?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that went how long, that series?
5 years.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I peaked.
It's all downhill.
I've seen clips from that. You had that like flat top.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Oh yeah,
dude, I want to see this.
Oh, it was terrible.
Dude, it
wasn't terrible.
It's not terrible.
Actually,
it was in.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Not sure.
I don't know if it was in or not.
Not sure what I was doing.
I mean, you learned to brood on that show though, right? Because that was like a school-based show, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was very soap-like.
Yeah, that's why the clips that I've seen of it, like I was like, oh, this was good training ground for soap brooding because there was a little bit. It was like a high school. It was soapy, yeah.
High school teen angst,
yeah.
like Degrassi kind of.
That thing's been on 100 years up there, right?
Weren't you on it? Didn't you do a Degrassi? Because that's a
Canadian
Canadian show too, right?
I never did Degrassi.
That's a long running.
I don't think Degrassi was on when I was shooting that show, and then it came back afterwards. It was on before,
but
like in the 80s and 90s, and then
was it a Canadian show though?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
CBC show. But Edgemont kicked off a lot of people, man. Like Kristen Crook.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That was the first acting gig she ever had.
Yeah.
Grace Park. It was one of the first acting gigs she ever had.
Yeah.
She was on Hawaii Five-0.
Lost.
Was on Hawaii
She
Five-0.
was what was her first job before Hawaii Five-0? Was it? She.
Well, Battlestar was.
Battlestar, not Lost. Battlestar.
That kind of put her on the map.
Yeah, Battlestar. Right. Yeah.
That was a cool show.
Yeah. That was a Canadian show too, right?
Well, it shot up there, but it was American.
Yeah, but a lot of
sci-fi.
Yeah,
channel.
some of the regulars were Canadian versions. Yeah. So 5 years of that. What was that was a life-changing job, right? I mean, your life.
It brought me to Vancouver.
Right.
I met Linda, and then that kind of started, my desire to leave Toronto and see what kind of work was out west, because it's a different game. Like what shoots in Toronto at the time didn't shoot in Vancouver. Vancouver was all sci-fi stuff.
Right.
And Toronto had a little bit of sci-fi stuff, but it was mostly series and cop dramas and all that kind of stuff. So.
But that was your first real regular paycheck? Yeah?
That was.
Yeah. So that's life-changing in a way.
Yeah.
Right?
Number one on the call sheet, like that was cool.
Oh, yeah.
That's an experience, when you feel like you're carrying a show or expected to.
Yeah, or expected to.
Not saying I did it all. And then you realize what you have when that happens to you at 19 or 20.
Sure.
Like you take that for granted, man. When you get an opportunity like that, you don't realize it's a lot to kind of take on.
It's a big deal, man.
Yeah, and so sometimes I think, I wish I could go back and be a little more mature about what I did and how I handled it and all that kind of stuff. Because, when I got this and came down here, you're ready. You're an adult and you're ready to kind of, take responsibility for yourself a little bit more.
What year was that when you how'd you audition for this?
Here?
Yeah.
2009. Self-tape.
Self-tape, and you got it from self-tape.
No, I had to come down.
You came down.
They called me up and they said they want you to come down and audition with Jill and stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, they're going to fly me down. She's like, nope. I was like, okay.
Okay, great. I'll take a Greyhound.
Yeah. So I flew down over the course of like 3 days, and I'd left my motorcycle at my
Took you 3 days to fly?
Yeah, it did. It was a lot.
Yeah,
well, I had no money at the time, man.
Okay. You're taking puddle
Hop
jumpers from like
town
boat
to town.
boat.
Yeah. And
you had your motorcycle.
Yeah. I picked it up in Palisades at my buddy's house, and I spent the night at the Best Western in Santa Monica, and I Skyped my friend who did the audition with me that got me the call back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then I woke up in the morning and burned over here and did it and got called 10 minutes after I left.
Saying you got it.
Saying they were getting my visa because I booked it.
Yeah. Nice.
Wow.
Which is like winning the lottery. You know, to me as a Canadian, like trying to get down here.
So do they get your O1? Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Yeah. The what is it? The unique abilities, the special abilities.
Person of extraordinary ability.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's like, it's like the Greatest Showman sequel.
Oh my God!
Person of extraordinary ability.
Did you like frame it in like this means I'm special? Like because the language of it is
no, you kind of feel like a bit of a jackass because it's just like send us everything you have. It's like, do you want like good things. Like, no, we just want everything. Like, every single article, everything that your name has been mentioned in, like, you give them a stack as high as you can.
But when the show does it, you don't have to do that, right?
No, the show did it.
The show but they don't have to, like, comprise all your individual stuff. They just have to say, we want him, so that's enough?
No. So the show says, we're going to file for your visa. We're going to put you in touch with
a lawyer.
Yeah. The lawyer's going to tell you everything you need.
Oh, man.
So
So
you had 2 weeks. So I had to
Wow.
get him everything within 10 days so that he could file it within 2 weeks, and then you found out a week or two later that whether you got the
So they
visa.
can so they can say, no, ABC, you can't have him. Because
I
he's
think
not,
they can, but I don't know if
extraordinary enough?
Right, they can say he's not extraordinary enough.
No, we need him to stay in Canada.
Yeah.
He is not extraordinary.
We can't lose him.
can't.
We can't lose that extraordinary ability.
Because I did a movie in Canada in 2006, and I met a girl, and we started dating, and she was thinking about moving to LA, and so she was looking into that process. And I looked at the application, and it said, list every accolade you've ever won, i.e. Oscars, i.e. Emmy, i.e. and that is just that might help your application process. Oh, if I won an Oscar, that might help,
I know,
but
right?
wouldn't guarantee that I would be able to come.
Right, which is ridiculous.
What?
Yeah.
So that just I can't imagine what the stress of that is for a Canadian that wants to work here.
It sucks. It sucked more going across the border. I used to go across the border and get harassed, man.
Oh yeah,
all the time. I'd go across. Like, I took my dogs across the country one time, and I cut down in Detroit, and the dude's like, he's like, you got to go into that garage over there. I'm like, what? He's like, I'm sorry, man.
Have you seen Midnight Express?
Wait, he's like, wait, are the dogs extraordinary too?
Yeah, they're coming.
His dog on Edgemont, Edgeville. What was it called?
Edgemont. You had it right the first time, but don't act like you don't know what it is.
I just Googled it. I had to see your hair and your
Did
face.
you see my flex photo?
Dude, I saw your head.
Oh man,
I saw a young Dom head.
Like 18, 19, crazy.
That's amazing.
But so what did they looked at the visa and they're like, oh, what's extra? Like, how do they jazz you about? Was it about the visa specifically? Or
when I was doing the road trip?
Yeah.
No, that was before I had a visa. I'm just saying, like, in the years leading up, because you said it was stressful. Like,
yeah.
So it is. Like, you kind of. You start to get like your blood pressure rise every time you get to the border
totally.
because you're scared you're going to get turned away.
Yeah.
So I pulled into the guy was apologetic. He's like, sorry, man, you got to go into the garage. I'm like, what? I'm just driving.
Right.
I'm just driving. I'm not even coming here. I was going through Detroit.
Who wants to go to
I'm
Detroit?
I love Detroit personally, but I wasn't going. You're not going to get an acting job in Detroit, especially not 15 years ago.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
So I pull into this garage and this girl comes out of the booth and she's like, get out of the car, sir. And I was like, what? I was like, okay. So I get out of the car.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. She's like, empty your pockets onto the table. And I'm like, empty. All right. So I just pull out my
dog treats.
stuff and I throw in stuff, my joints and everything.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
She's like, no, pull out your pockets. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, pull them out. She wanted to see them hanging out of my jeans. She was really angry. I'm like, I don't know what I did, to this point. And she's like, get the dogs out of the car. So I get the dogs out of the car. And she starts rooting through the car and picking up, pulling stuff out. And I'm like, I didn't know if they were going to start trying to tear up the seats and shit.
Yeah,
I'm just
it's true.
driving home. Like, I'm just driving to see my family. Like, this is traumatic,
Yeah. And dramatic.
Yeah.
Traumatic and dramatic, yes.
And so this guy comes out of the booth and he's like, you ever been to Haiti? I said, what? He's like, you ever been to Haiti? And I was like, no, I've never been to Haiti. He says he's never been to Haiti. Says here you've been to Haiti. And I'm like, no, man, I don't know what.
Where? Says where?
Were you wearing
a white? Talking to some other guy on a computer screen.
Were you wearing a white linen shirt?
Oh. They have a picture of you in Haiti.
I'm smoking a cigar.
It might have been like a still from when you did Gilligan's Island or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's the one time the one time that being like ethnically ambiguous didn't work for you, right?
Yeah. It's like, we know. So I'm like, dude, I promise you I've never been to Haiti. He's like, he says he's never been to Haiti. And he says, well, this guy says you have. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Who's this guy?
Yeah, some guy I couldn't see him. He was like around the bend.
He's in a freaking...
Was this like a test?
I don't know.
Trying to
this is amazing.
Make you make a mistake. Like, said he lied to us.
This
and
is
so
a
now
bad...
It's like your eye exam. Like, what letter is this?
Right,
An after-school special.
And this was in the States, not in...
This is on the border going into Michigan.
Right, so U.S. Border Patrol.
Yeah, U.S. Border Patrol.
Yeah. Wow.
So he goes,
that's funny.
he goes, you've been to Mexico? I said, yep. He's like, have you been to Italy? I said, yeah. He said, but you never been to Haiti? I said, no, I've never been to Haiti. He said, all right, go ahead.
Dude, it's like
what are you talking about?
You know what it is? It's like the robot test. Are you a robot on the computer now? Click these pictures, and if you click the right ones, right? Yeah, they were trying to capture you.
Yeah, no, and then now they make you click more.
Right, exactly.
It refreshes.
So now it's annoying. It's like, come on, just verify this shit already, man. Like, how many times I got to do this?
It says click the bridge.
Yeah.
Is that a bridge or not a bridge?
I click the storefront. How many storefront? I mean, I don't know. Is that considered a storefront or not?
They're not HD images. They're stock images from like 78.
Yeah, totally, man.
Yeah. Come on.
Totally.
So good.
Wow. So you moved down here.
Yeah, so the visa was a massive thing, man. That was when
big.
I say it was like winning the lottery, it felt literally like I won the lottery.
And is it a period of years, or is it as long as because you have to reapply every couple years?
No, so the visa lasts 4 years, but 1 year into it, I filed for my green card and got my green card.
Nice.
Okay.
Which felt amazing too, you know.
Right.
Where did you move when you came down here?
5 minutes from here.
5 minutes from the studio.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That was an easy commute.
Totally.
That was a great place.
That's a great idea.
That little place?
What was built into a hill, kind of?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was
with
like,
no sidewalks.
Well, yeah, not great for like walking kids.
You were in the hills, right above.
But it was
studio?
super charming.
No, more like Silver Lake, like over next to.
Cool.
Yeah.
Adjacent.
So how
right
long?
up the street from Lisa LaCicero, right?
Yeah, she's the reason I got that place.
Right,
she took it out for lunch.
Super close to Ma.
Nice.
To Ma, my Ma.
Nice.
Your Ma. And your wife came with you as well, obviously. So
she came about 6 months later.
Did you have to do any crazy paperwork for her at the time?
She got a visa.
This guy is so fascinated
with the
we'll
paperwork.
spend an hour on.
Do you have a plan on like going to get paperwork somewhere?
What is this? This guy's like working for the DMV. You're like.
No, I'm getting deported right now. That's what's going to happen.
I don't know what's happening.
The door's going to bust open in a second. The IRS is going to show up.
A half hour on immigration.
Yeah. It's fascinating to me. I'm sorry.
But yeah, she came here, and I misinformed her that she would actually be able to have a life when she got here.
Oh, she couldn't work. She couldn't work, right?
She couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I said, "What can my wife do?" To the lawyer, and he said she can sit on the couch and eat bonbons. I'm like,
I'm in.
Like, can we trade?
Yeah. Honey, can you get a job and I'll do that? I know,
that was tough for her for a while, man, because she knows she had a life and
Yeah,
family and all that stuff up there, and down here she had like
Well,
me
and
here.
when you
we were doing crazy hours back.
Yeah, we
Dude,
were-
when you started
you were-
working here, you were non-stop.
No, it's what everyone is when
they
first
start.
right?
Yeah.
Were you Dante then or Dominic?
It was Dominic for the first 6 months.
Dude, that was in the era of the show when every actor they hired
had the real name.
had their real name. Franco,
It was
Dominic.
amazing.
Dude, didn't
But Bob never admitted that. I said, "Did you decide this?" Oh yeah, that was always the plan. I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't."
So if I hire a guy named Robert, it wasn't going to be Bobby, and then Billy.
Well, and there was also there was a couple characters where there was a couple guys there was a Nathan on the show, but there was another
Parsons?
actor named Nathan. There was an actor named Nathan and a character named Nathan,
Oh, there was a character named Nathan.
and it was just there were so many names that were. Some people played characters that were their same names, but then there was characters that had the same name of other actors.
Of other actors.
It got
it was
really
really-
confusing
it
around
does
here
get
for a
real
bit.
confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you were Dominic for a bit, and then you became Dante.
Dainty.
Dante.
Dante.
And the thing is, tracking the hair game, going from the spiky.
Oh, I remember you even
flat
said to
top.
me one day when I got here, you're like, "You kind of stole my hairstyle."
And it just got more and more
It just
shaggy.
got longer and longer.
Yeah.
man.
What was? I mean, was it feathered at a point too?
I mean, I didn't physically do anything
You
to it.
had some good hair though. You had a good run.
I had a good run.
You
there.
had a
the
good
hair and
run.
the chains, buddy. It
Yeah,
was,
dude,
I
was
was on
jealous.
something for a
was
little
that
bit
a
there.
character choice, or was that just like, hey, this is Dominic right now? Or
No, I had stopped wearing those chains years before.
yeah,
I chose to put those back on.
yeah.
Because I was
So-
like, come on, he's an Italian kid from
That's
New York.
that's like John Wick opening up his gun closet, right? So
Yeah.
you're at home, you're walking to
Those
your
are good movies, by the way.
yeah,
They are.
right?
John
Yeah.
Wick is great.
Great.
I hear that dude can do stuff like Navy SEAls can't do.
Keanu,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, he's a beast.
Kananu.
Canoe, Canoe's a news.
Yeah, poor guy in
Canoe's
school.
an Izzy.
Can you imagine his name getting butchered too? So you put the chains back on.
Put the chains
I
on.
know. All I
didn't
know
really
is-
mean to let the hair grow, nor did I mean to steal your hairstyle.
That's all right.
We had a
apologize
lot
for
of fun.
Yeah,
man.
10 years
We had
later.
some
Yeah.
good stories.
We did have fun, man. I was thinking about that on
did.
the way over here. Like we had a lot of laughs.
We
man,
had a lot
back
of
then.
laughs,
Holy
dude. I
shit.
tell him on the road all the time where I punched you. I don't even know if you remember this story.
And you're in Jason's apartment?
Yes.
I remember that.
So remember Scott Reeves couldn't get the door open like 5 times because Scott was just was Scott. He couldn't half the time. It was locked and then it wasn't locked.
Yeah.
And we're like, dude, and he tries to open it. So the first time he opens it and it's locked, or he tries to open it, it's locked, right?
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
They're like, props, unlock the door, whatever. Again, he goes, it's stuck, right? And we start laughing a little bit. And there was the third time he goes, and then he couldn't open it, so he just stayed there. Like he just stayed there, we're like, oh, we see you, we see you, dude. You're still here. And then we started laughing, and then so Maurice always told me that pain stops the laughing. So I was punching my leg. And you're laughing. You're like, you stupid idiot. What are you doing? What are you doing? I go, dude, it works. It makes me stop. You're like, punch me. And I punch you. You're like, oh, you mother.
Give me a damn Charlie horse.
Dude, it was amazing. That was a tough one to get through.
Oh man, but it was kind of fun. Like at least back, like I felt like we could get away with
have fun.
Like we could laugh at stuff and you know I don't know the crew was into it. Like they would laugh when we were laughing. Like you didn't feel like shit. We're laughing and they're all miserable about it.
Right.
Like, it was
like, come on, a-holes.
Right.
Do your job. You got to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I mean, some people would say that, but then they'd be laughing about it as they're saying it. Like,
yeah, it was fun. We had some good times. Good story too.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is like when the rest of the time is also when they know the guys that are joking around are not going to be the ones that hold up production because they don't know their stuff, or they're
that's true.
Having a moment of levity amidst good work is nice, right? And
absolutely
necessary.
Everyone appreciates.
You gotta
it.
have.
You have to have it, especially when you're doing as much as because we were doing. I feel like we were doing like 15-hour days back then. I remember being here like 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. sometimes.
Yeah. Well, especially when they were doing like the big sweep storylines and the action storylines.
We did a lot of action and cop stuff and mob stuff.
And that's the thing is like, you had your character was perfectly integrated in the fact that you could, you were part of the mob storyline because of Sonny, but then you were the cop that had to be part of it too. So you could be in all the storylines in that respect.
Yeah, which I'm sure everyone loved.
Yeah,
they did. Dude.
New guy coming in is in every story.
Yeah, but you were great. You were great, man. I mean,
thanks, dude.
You came in. You're a great actor, and just you fell right into it. And it's hard. That's hard to do.
I feel like
it's hard to do.
We spent more time on scenes though back then too. Didn't we? Or didn't we? We had a different rehearsal schedule too, right?
Yeah, there was no rehearsal or like whatever we do now. No,
it was
the
morning thing.
Yeah, the morning blocking.
Yeah, we
didn't do that.
You would block, rehearse, shoot.
Yeah, you'd have a little time to talk about.
You'd
stuff.
get they'd call up items 1 through 6.
Yeah.
Then you'd block them all in that moment. Then just rehearse, shoot, rehearse, shoot, rehearse, shoot, rehearse, shoot.
Right.
So it was much more. You didn't rehearse something at 7:30 and then not go back and shoot it till 11. So your run here was I mean, I guess it's still
it's over now.
You're such an idiot.
It's still going now.
We have breaking news though.
Yeah, right.
He's coming back full time.
I signed it the other day.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I signed the deal. No, I'm kidding.
You son of a bitch. Because I told him, I go, dude, just come back. Every time I see him, I go, congratulations for coming back.
Yeah, right.
He goes, but
I don't think they secretly want me back. I think they want to just have me for like little 2-week ventures.
It's not a bad gig.
It's not a bad gig though, right?
No, it's an amazing gig.
Yeah. So you did the What If episode with Mo, and then you just came. You're back now. You're in the middle of another run right now. Here.
Yeah. We did 6 episodes, and I got 4 more.
You got 4 more.
I signed a 10-episode deal. Basically.
Sweet.
Oh, really? You had to sign a deal for that?
I did. Yeah. I don't know why.
Cool.
That's interesting.
That's good.
Huh?
I like it.
Yeah. No, that's
technically I'm under contract right now.
Interesting, because I've been recurring since 2013.
I was going to ask you.
Yeah. Well, please don't ask. Please, for the love of God, Dom, don't ask him about. Don't ask him. You want to be here for another hour?
Oh man,
we
what
do
have
an
you been
hour
doing for the last 6 years?
Yeah, exactly right. So what do you got going now?
That was organic,
amazing.
bro.
That was really natural. No wonder you're recurring.
What are you doing now?
You're such a natural.
You're a good actor.
Really good. So you got it. You're working on a new show.
It's
It's
a
Amazon?
show called Tin Star. It's on Amazon. It's with Tim Roth and Christina Hendricks. And,
Tin Star.
Tin Star.
Is it like Pushing Tin, the old movie?
It's not like that at all.
You're not air traffic controllers?
No.
Okay.
When did you shoot this?
Last summer.
Last summer. I remember we talked about this is right when you were shooting it.
I started it when I left here, or right before I left here, and I shot it up until end of July or something like that.
Nice.
I went back and forth to
So
Calgary
how
and
many
shit.
episodes is this first season?
This is the second season of the show.
Okay, second season.
I
Got
did
it.
five of the 9, I think.
Okay,
I did,
cool, man.
9 or 10, I don't know.
What kind of character are you playing?
I play a Guatemalan drug runner.
Have you been to Haiti?
I have now. For research, bro.
Wow, that's. Do you have to have an accent?
Yeah, I actually have to speak like a lot of Spanish.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you afraid?
I was scared.
Because that would be like my
shitless, man.
worst.
Well, look how white you are. I'd be scared of that too.
No, I'm just really bad at accents.
Are you?
Yeah.
Horrifying.
Oh, it's
really.
It's
It's
amazingly funny.
so
man.
bad.
He tried
You
to
should-
do. We talked last
love to
week
hear that
about
one day.
how Ingo's coming back, and
I
Steve's
saw
like,
that, yeah.
Inger's coming back.
No, it was like a southern.
It
was weird, man. It was weird, but that would scare me though. Like,
Well,
you know what? Did you have to do it for the audition?
No, the audition. So the audition scene was a scene with Christina Hendricks where I'm reciting like the lyrics of a Johnny Cash song. So it was English, but I did like a broken accent
Oh, cool.
for that. And then the Spanish stuff, they got me like a dialect coach. And,
Yeah.
And because I want it to be pretty specific.
Sure.
Because it's Guatemalan, and it's like if you're Colombian, it's different. If you're Mexican, it's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
It's like if you're in Italy, every part of Italy, it's a different Italian.
Did you get hate mail from the Guatemalan Actors Association?
Not yet, because it hasn't aired yet.
Oh,
It's probably coming. Next
Twitter
week.
on Twitter.
Yeah.
But I tweeted something like a clip, and I'm speaking Spanish in it, and I played it for Maurice, and he's like, you sound actually really great.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
Great.
Hey, if he can't tell the difference,
right,
you're it.
Nicaraguan guy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
But it was, what changes it is like I feel like when you're acting, you don't like do anything the same, 100% the same way every time, right? I mean, you have little adjustments, or you adjust to something you did.
Sure.
That makes me, maybe I'll try it this way, or I'll react this differently if you're in it.
Right.
Right.
Which not everybody is.
But that's hard though when you're.
When you have an accent, it's hard, right?
Or the accent doesn't make it as hard. The different language when you're doing it makes it kind of tough.
Because you can't, because you don't know it's not second
you were
nature
at-
to you, so
right.
you can't be.
So some
open.
of your
Yeah.
some of your
Wow.
language, some of your lines were spoken in Spanish that then had. So someone was watching you with closed captioning, so it was like the reverse
Yeah.
situation for you because you watch all your shows with closed captioning.
Yes, I
now.
can have subtitles.
Right, so you had subtitles for your lines. So that's interesting.
So I'm doing a scene with Tim Roth where I'm speaking Spanish to him, and you can tell he's able to
adjust.
but I kind of can't.
Right.
Well,
With the freedom that
what's
I
it-
want to, or
what's
I'm
it like
used to, so it's a
working-
little stressful.
That's it. That's
I love
interesting, though.
him.
I-
What's it?
He's awesome, man.
What's it like working with him?
He's a beast. Like he's my height, so he's not a
Yeah.
big dude,
Right.
but he's
Just a powerhouse.
He's a
Just
powerhouse
just
guy,
a
man.
Powerhouse, yeah.
And I on the last day he came up and gave me a big hug, and I was like, man, you're a legend. I've never worked with someone that I grew
Right.
up
Yeah, the dude's a beast.
watching every movie that he did, like
Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs, True Romance,
4 Rooms.
Four
He was in
Rooms,
Pulp Fiction, too,
Pulp
wasn't he?
Fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every single thing that guy did, you had
was
to
very
see in the
interesting, yeah.
90s, man.
Well, and yeah, he's just he's one of those guys where you can tell that everything is he's just so present. There's nothing, and he disappears into roles, and he just I would be so intimidated working with him, especially if I was doing an accent, because I like sometimes the look on his face is like I don't buy anything.
Is that all you got? He actually did say to me after, but he meant it in a good way, I think. But he said, what did you do to learn
Right.
Spanish? And I was like, well, I just, I worked with a dialect coach and learned. He's like, oh, no, it's great. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, not buying any of it, bro.
Rosetta Stone?
right?
Oh, man.
But it was interesting because he changes a lot of stuff, too.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Not like on the fly,
Right.
but in the weeks leading up to it, he'll be like, we shot.
So it's kind of like working here. with some other actors. They're like, here are the changes I made.
Here's what you're responding to.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Some of your lines are out too.
2 minutes before, and we've cut 3 of your lines. Yeah. Oh, really?
I love that when people say, "Yeah, I'm just cut this one of yours." You don't need that, right? No, of course not. Why would I need my line? Why would we need my line?
Yeah,
but it's also funny when they change their lines, which they don't realize affects your lines.
Too.
How could you not?
I mean,
realize what you're doing?
I'm not going to say that. So
affects the other person.
That means that I have to say something different. I guess I'll come up with it on the spot. Thanks so much. Yeah.
I'll just be in the moment.
So, but yeah, Tim Roth, that's awesome.
No, so we shot something out of sequence, and I got to set, and I was like, I'm meeting him for the first time, basically, and he's like, how are you, mate? I'm like, good. He's like, so all that stuff that happens in there, we're gonna fix all that. And I'm like, so the stuff that happens right before the stuff we're shooting right now, that's all gonna change? And he's like, yeah, but don't worry, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Don't worry about that. Just tell me what it is.
I was like, I just want to know what I'm supposed to do. He's like, it's gonna be great. And I was like, okay, man.
You got to trust him enough that he would fix it to make so everything makes sense.
Totally. And then on the when we ended up shooting that other stuff, I mean, what he kind of does is, especially A, he's Tim Roth, B, he's number one on the call sheet. Like, he's got all these, if he wants to breathe some air into a scene, he does.
Right.
Yeah.
And so he takes his time, man, and it's really kind of fascinating to see take that license. Like, I feel like if we do that here, someone's like, pick up the pace, or if whatever you bring to a scene that might have moments,
right,
when it airs, they probably
100%
cut it together so that doesn't exist anymore anyway. So the beat that you maybe discovered doesn't happen.
Yeah,
for the audience.
But that's an interesting take on working at Y&R. Eric Braeden, that was his time. After the countdown, there was no rushing, right? Because here it's rush.
Yeah.
There it started to be, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you started the count, he wasn't rushing his moments. He wasn't rushing the scene. He wasn't, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But do they end up getting cut out?
Well, no, I don't know. I didn't really watch.
Right.
But they can do what they want.
Yeah.
But from mentally, instead of being in the rush, and then sometimes you can feel yourself in the scene trying to talk faster and rush the scene so we can get out of here.
Right.
Pick it up, right? And that was just great that he would just be like, "This is my time. I'm going to do.
This is my time."
That's Darth Vader.
Yeah, I feel like you said fermentally before. I know you said for mentally, but it sounded like fermentally. Which is
fermentally. That's a new business you're going to be in right after this. That's actually Bradford ferments.
That's
a lot
what I do on stage.
I ferment everything, dude.
He does, right.
So that's coming out in a couple weeks?
I think it's already out in England. It comes out on Amazon here. The first season's already out. The second season comes out
March.
Check out
March 7th or 8th
on Amazon Prime.
Check out the first season. And then Dom will probably be airing here in 3 to 4 weeks. Right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, around
March. By the time this airs, maybe
March.
1 week.
I think we looked. I think it's end of March.
Yeah,
middle
of March, maybe.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
start
Nice.
airing.
And anything else you want to call
Are we
people?
wrapping this up? Is that what
unfortunately.
Yeah. Anything else you want to call people's attention
Unfortunately,
to?
we have a bigger name.
You're keeping me away from my family. It's great.
Where's the beer?
I know.
He didn't even offer us
why
a beer.
didn't you have any beers in
Oh,
there?
I just
Because
thought
it's
of
9
this.
in the morning.
Dude, I just thought of this.
Not when it
We
airs.
could just come up and do a podcast, just do podcasting here and then spend the night.
That's great.
Play video games again.
Oh, my God.
Like me and Dom used to play video games, dude. All
Him
the
too.
time.
Don't put him out of the circle.
No, I know. No, he and I
deserves
played.
one.
But did you guys ever play?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did a
Oh,
little
Played
bit.
a lot of FIFA.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right.
played
That's
some
We
right.
had some
FIFA, yeah.
good FIFA matches.
Oh, dude, it was
But
good.
we had some good boxing matches.
Oh,
man.
dude.
Oh,
good
yeah,
boxing
yeah.
matches.
We had the greatest
Holy
boxing
shit.
matches probably ever in the
Great
history
because Steve would sleep here,
Yeah.
pretty much.
and we'd be here all day.
Oh, dude,
and you'd have like a couple hours to kill.
Oh, dude,
I know,
tell me how
and
then
bad
I'd
you'd
go
love
up
to play
set
that game
sweaty
right now.
from playing boxing.
From playing
Playing
boxing.
boxing.
Dude,
it's
we
hard
get
work.
so mad.
Well, because you wanted
so angry.
to beat playing video games with him is infuriating because
Dude,
somehow
infuriating.
he always wins. I don't know what it is.
He didn't always win.
No, because I was
I
Holyfield
kicked your ass
a lot
bunch
of times.
Yeah, Holyfield. That boxing game, we got to play that, man.
Oh, it was amazing.
My God, that was fun.
I know.
Yeah.
Look how happy we just got.
Just PlayStation.
And I'm going to make it
PlayStation.
sad because then Donna would call us. And she'd be like, "I hear you, boys." Like she'd over the PA, she'd say something, and she'd have heard us on the PA. Yeah. Man, that was crazy coming back and seeing you walk back into the back room and she's not there. That's so
for everybody
sad.
who's listening. We've talked about it, but Donna Messina, who is
the head of makeup,
of makeup and hair here, is just our pillar of strength and everything here. For
she's
us.
she is this place, man. She's her. I feel like she's in every vein of this building.
She is. Yeah. She's just one of those people that just impacted so many people in such a positive way, and was just the go-to for everything.
Totally.
Yeah, for everything, dude.
She could talk you down. When
she was the mom to everyone.
She was the voice of reason. She had a connection upstairs, so if you were worried about something, she could give you the comfort that she knew more than you, and it was going to be okay.
Yeah,
and
she was a buffer to the bad people,
Yeah, bad people.
And her opinion was so important because you knew that she had seen everything that came through this building. So when she gave you her opinion, it really meant something.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And
and all her pictures are still up in the makeup room. Thank God. To me, it's so surreal, Dom, because you weren't here. She just disappeared.
I know.
She just kind of left without a trace, and it was just like one day you saw her, and then that was it. And so for me, being here for 20 years or knowing her for 25 years. Just it's still not real to me.
Yeah, it feels like she's coming back, right?
Yeah, because I didn't see her go,
right.
And I'm just seeing this, obviously I know, but it's just so weird and sad, but I see her pictures and I have her picture on my door and I always see her and I'm like, oh, Donna, it's weird when people say, it sounds corny where they're here with us in spirit and alive with us.
No, she is. 100%.
She totally is.
Crazy.
Because I still, it's like she's there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, that's Donna's place in the back and, I'm waiting always for Donna to come in and be like, oh, you're still getting freaking makeup, dude?
Yeah.
Get out of the chair. That's what she would always say to me every day.
Yeah, and I remember I'd come down and she'd be like, oh, there's my Dom. And then you walk to the back and I'd say, hey, did that suck? And she'd be like, go, get out of here. That was amazing. Or I'd said Jim asked for a quote. I don't know if he used it or not, but he said, the memory of her I had was, from day one I made a joke that I was getting fired. I always said I was getting fired. I don't know why. It just
so people
always felt like I was getting fired.
So people would say, "No, Dom, you're so good, you won't get fired."
That's not why. I would say it. I wouldn't say it to anyone but Donna because.
Oh, I see.
Because it would get her. She would get so angry about my saying that. So at first I actually believed it, and then I would say it to get a rise out of her, and then I started believing it again.
And before it happened, you just left.
Exactly.
Like, I'm going to nip this in the bud.
You can't fire. You can't fire me. I quit.
Yeah.
But she was a big deal when I left too. Like she's like
awesome.
She's like, you go. Like if you're not feeling the
whatever
way you want to
need,
feel here or getting what you need here, like you go and you'll be fine.
Someone else on the podcast here said that to you too.
Who did?
Me, you bastard! Don't raise your hand, you dirty little Spinelli. I'm like, dude, go, man. Go.
Yes, you did, and that was awesome. And
I don't want you to go because I love you. And
thanks, buddy.
And I honestly, I think you're a fantastic actor, and the more we have, the better off we are, and you're an asset to the show. And I know you didn't feel like that all the time, but that being said,
I do right now. I feel like it's kind of the way it was.
Yeah.
Back in the old days.
Yeah.
Being back this little stint.
Yeah. And it's great. And hopefully, I know you want to do other stuff, and I know you have your family, and the break is always good. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'll wrap this up, but the thing is, like, when like I said, I came here with the job, right? So I didn't come here other than when I was 18 and meet casting directors.
Yeah.
So for the first 9 years I was here, I didn't get out a lot.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
because casting people didn't really know who I was. I do self tapes all the time, but those don't go very far sometimes.
So they go further now than they used to. Yeah.
They go further now, especially if the casting people know you.
Correct.
Right. So for the last 7 months that I've been gone, I've been getting in rooms and I've been getting pinned for jobs, and you start all of a sudden now you have fans.
Yeah.
Out there
who are thinking of you.
That are thinking
when
of you.
Stuff comes
so
up,
when you do a tape.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I'm going to watch his tape now.
Sure. Yeah.
So I did tapes, in the last few months that are going to, that lead to me getting pinned for a job, whereas a tape 5 years ago wouldn't have got seen by anybody.
Sure,
Listen, it's a relationship game.
Totally, man.
You have to get in front of people.
And I'm terrible with relationships. You know what I mean? So,
well, your marriage is working out pretty good so far. And you have one friend left.
I got two. Don't you guys?
Maurice
Only
is
one of you guys is?
Maurice and Bradford.
Maurice is my friend. Maurice is my friend. Thank God for Maurice.
Well, dude, we appreciate you coming in.
Man.
Well, it's about time, you know?
Yeah, don't even do that.
This is my first podcast ever.
Well, you're great at it.
I've never done a podcast before.
Dude, thank God, because I just let him talk. It's amazing.
I know.
That talks too much. You can cut it all out, guys.
You can guest host anytime.
You can cut out whatever you
You
need.
can guest host for Bradford anytime.
Well,
As long as you can push the record button, you're fine.
There's a couple times where I'm like, wow, Steve and Dom could just have the room. They've missed each other so much.
Well, the problem was the whole visa hour, and you lost your freaking.
It did take up a lot of time.
Whatever
research you were doing for the government.
Could you make it more obvious that you work for the immigration?
Go in that garage.
Go in that garage
Go
over
over
there.
Drive over there. I'm sorry, man.
Turn over there.
Turn out your pockets, bro.
It's not personal.
This won't take long. All right, dude. We love you, brother.
Love you
Thanks
guys,
for coming
too.
in, man.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Tweet of the week.
Yeah, I love these. I love these tweets of the
week. I'm gonna riff a little.
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I just had to riff.
Should I call urgent care?
I had to get it out of me. I had it in me. I had
Sounded like something got out.
That was my
sure.
Christina Aguilera impression. It was
really close. I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell the difference.
Amazing. Always good to catch up with Dominic, eh?
Yeah, dude, it was fun, man. He's an awesome guy. We had a lot of fun with him.
Yeah, it's funny. There are times where he's a very jovial, jokey fellow, but there are times when you can't joke with him. Which are even more fun sometimes.
That's when you do joke with him. It's the best because he gets angry.
But thankfully he wasn't angry this time around. It was just
man, it was good. We had a great conversation.
It was just all fun. It was great. Okay, well this tweet comes from someone that will remain nameless, and it's
okay.
I think it's a few weeks ago now, but it is in response to Frank per usual. That seems to be the best source of negativity is when our boss tweets something. But
that's not cool.
So the inspiring tweet that inspired this mean tweet is when Frank tweeted, "Sam crashes a major DOD moment, Dawn of Day moment," and this person wrote, "Nice to enjoy a Sam scene with an attractive man because it's been a while."
I'm not sure how to take that, but okay. That's amazing.
So I think we have we've got a budding Shiloh fan here. Maybe is that?
We do. I think we do. Yeah, Shiloh is Shiloh the Shyster. That's right.
Yeah.
Dawn of Day.
Shyster. Shiloh Sam.
This person probably thinks Dawn of Day is real also. So we should tell them that it's not. It's just a TV show.
Just a TV show.
No reason to be so angry.
And it's not a real cult.
No, they have things called therapists to get over this, or books. So, good luck. Check out Audible.
Yeah, right. God, do we still have our promo code for Audible? Oh! All right. Well, thank you for sharing your feelings with us.
Thank you so much.
We always love that. All right, and we have a question here. Now, this is from John. It was a question from back in December relating to the What If episode with Maurice.
Oh yeah, it was great.
It's funny when I saw What If, it made me think of those crossovers when we did.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
With I remember I did one with Trevor St. John. It was What If Spinelli and Todd Manning met on a plane, and that was a good time. That was a good time.
I think we were all on a plane. I was on a plane too.
Well, there was I think there was something like 3 sets. It was an elevator, an airplane,
right?
And then I don't know. Maurice did one with Susan Lucci. I think I forget where they were.
I don't know.
Who did you do yours with?
I did mine with Rebecca Buddig.
Oh, fun! That was back in the in the Greenlee days.
Yes, the Greenlee Day. It was fun, man. We had a great time.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I think Frank actually directed it too, which was crazy.
I know. That was the first time I met Frank. So, but this What If is about the What If episode with Maurice, where if Sonny's life had gone a different way, right? So this person is curious. He would love to see where Jason would be if it was AJ that was hurt in the accident instead of him.
Yeah, I think Jason probably would have stayed on his medical path. For sure, to follow in the footsteps of his mother and father. I think that's kind of where Jason would be.
Yeah.
So that's always a great, I think that would be a great What If episode.
Yeah.
If the accident, that's a great idea. If the accident happened to AJ instead of Jason, we would see how things change. I think that'd be great.
And our sponsorships would have been like LL Bean, and
Gap sweaters, Old Navy, wherever they can find the cheapest sweater for Jason and his freaking medical career.
Imagine how many cows would have been saved from needing less leather.
Hey, it's only been 2 jackets, dude. That's less than 1 cow. I saved cows. And the jacket you bought me for the road's not even leather.
I'm looking out for the cows, man.
So do I get a cow credit, kind of like a carbon credit?
That's right. Yeah, no, you're giving back. You have credit in your cow account.
Have cow points, moo points.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. You would have been saving lives instead of ending them, I guess, right?
I would have been saving them instead of sending them to the hospital.
Right. Did Jason have a focus yet in his medical career?
Not that I remember. It was so long ago, dude. I don't even know how many years of medical school. Was I even in medical school?
I don't know, man.
I don't think I went. I think I was on my way.
On your way. Yeah. On your way when you hit your head, yeah.
Yep. I was actually on my way to medical school when I hit my head.
Right. Yep. Gosh. Well, and so he said, and for Spinelli, he would love to see where Damien would be if Georgie hadn't died. Would he still be with Ellie? Would he have still had little Georgie with Maxie, or would he have married Georgie instead? Gosh, that is an interesting one too, because he didn't know. He didn't know that Georgie was into him, and he wasn't at a place yet where he assumed anybody would be into him. It was a long. Because
a girl likes me.
What? Because it was looking for Maxie. It was looking for Georgie's killer with Maxie that kind of sparked their friendship that then went into their, their relationship, romantic and otherwise. So
yeah, baby.
Yeah. Whoa! Yeah. When the world turned upside down. Yes, I don't.
That one day. Time stopped for 1 minute.
About 58 seconds. Yes.
Let's get up. Let's pull the clip up. I think it's a little less. But
I don't know. I chances are if he and Georgie had a romantic relationship, Maxie would have ruined it for them somehow. Or there's so many different paths. There's so many twists and turns and soaps. Gosh, sure. and you think about one of them and how different it all would have been. But that story point was interesting because it launched kind of Spinelli and Maxie. But we were sad to lose Lindsay. And
yeah,
it's an interesting thing to think about. So anyway, thank you for giving us a thoughtful question, John.
Thanks, John.
I'm not sure if we gave interesting answers.
Well, I did.
So another great week. We have an exciting week next week.
Yes, well, every week's exciting now. Yep. We have guests. It's always more exciting with guests. So we got some good guests coming up, man. We're super excited, and of course, we have the dinner, right? We have the dinner in L.A.
Yep, we have the dinner in L.A.
So
in just about 3 weeks. What's today? Today this will air on the 6th, and so on the 21st is our dinner.
Yeah, so let me just clarify, because I know you answered some questions on Twitter too, because people are always asking what these dinners are about.
Correct.
Right. So when we go on the road, we usually do clubs every day except for Friday, and then we schedule a private dinner because a club won't give us a club.
Well, and it's interesting. The word private is just so that you guys know that we're not like seated at a table for 12 at the Olive Garden. We are at.
We're in a private room.
We're in a private room. Some people see the word private and think that it's not available to them. It's private.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. Yeah. So we usually try, because we're doing a lot of recon, and Linda and Joe are always doing the recon on finding a place. So we want to make sure that it's a private room. Okay. It's almost a VIP dinner in a private room with limited tickets.
Maybe we should call them VIP dinners instead of private dinners.
Yeah, maybe. That might be a good idea. So, what happens is we just have fun. Yeah. We get to spend time with people, with not a lot of people.
It's a limited number of tickets, because we're in smaller rooms. And so that enables us, it gives us time to do autographs, which we don't always have time to do at our shows. And we do pictures.
And a lot of selfies and a lot of pictures and a lot of stories. Yeah. We just have fun. A lot of question and answer. I mean, we just do pretty much everything during the dinner.
Well, and we get to ask them questions too. Instead of it's not just a one-way conversation. We get to talk to them. We get to learn about you, which is fun for us.
And Bradford drinks a lot, and that's what makes it fun.
It's a party. I want to give license to people to enjoy themselves, so I try to set an example.
That's okay. Great. That's what you do. You set an example of how we don't want our kids to grow up to be. Okay. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So that's
kind of the dinner thing. So
right.
And then April's selling so great right now. So we're excited. Yeah. I think 2 shows are sold out now from what I saw. I'm not sure.
Cool. Thank you guys. That's awesome. Another caveat about another thing about the LA dinner is that we're introducing a new element to that. We're going to try to record a live podcast in the room with everybody there. So at the very least, we're going to try to get a question and answer session recorded. So we're not quite sure how the sound quality is going to be, but if it's a successful or a failure, it'll still be fun, at least for the people in the room.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to have a lot of fun. So go check that out, stonecoldandjackal.com. Click tour and appearances, and you guys will get all the info there. So
yeah.
April's
coming up,
weeks ahead, man. We're hitting the road in May too. We're gonna be announcing that soon, so we're excited. And thanks for everything, man. Thanks for your support.
You all. And thank you, Steve.
Oh, thank you, Bradford.
Oh,
it's such a pleasure.
Ain't it?
It always is. Have a good day, buddy.
Bye, everybody.
All right, guys. Have a good day. New to Podcast One. Check out 2 Cups of Joe with Joey Fatone and Joe Mulvihill.
Hot off his appearance on The Masked Singer, the NSYNC singer-turned-actor joins his manager of 25 years to take you behind the curtain of pop culture with your unique connections in showbiz.
Download 2 Cups of Joe with Joey Fatone and Joe Mulvihill every Thursday on Podcast One or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.